Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 3. Today we are on this brand new route just released, which is Bahnstrecke Bremen to Oldenburg. As you can see in front of us, we've got this beautiful brand new BR110.3. So this route is set in the late 2000s, so around 2009 I believe. We're going to be taking it today all the way from Bremen to Oldenburg, so you can get my first look at this route. I've not played it before. All I've done is make sure I can understand the controls of this BR110 and I can drive it. So without further ado, let's put away from Bremen. While we are doing that, we'll get a little quick view for you. So if we just fly out here, you can see we've got some of the new N-Wagen coaches just sided or stabled there. We've got some Dostos, the classics. We've got another loco, another BR110 located there. We are pulling away slowly, so let's add a bit more power. It's a nice looking station, and there are additional layers that can be introduced to give you more different rolling stock. I believe there's an ICE. Off the top of my head, there are a number of other ones. Here we've got the brand new 425, which is lovely looking. I am playing without safety systems because I'll confess I'm not the best with them on the German routes. So you'll have to forgive me. Let's jump back in the cab so you can get a view of what this 110 is like inside. Let's put the actually let's keep accelerating. You can see we've got some freight going on just there. So that's the BR185 in its black livery. We put in some lovely containers. It's very nice. So, without further ado, let's see what this BR110 can do. We'll give you a quick view of what it looks like on the map. So, as you can see, we're just leaving Bremen, which is here. You can see it's quite a busy area. We then go off to the left and follow this all the way to our first stop, which is just here. So this is an express service which will take us roughly around half an hour, and then we'll end up in Oldenburg just here. So let's just look at the timetable. We are speeding, so let's just deal with that a second. We'll reduce the tap changer, and this is slightly different to I'll get distracted here. So there's the timetable. So first up is Delmhorst, I believe. Apologise for the terrible pronunciation. We've got Hude and then Oldenburg. So let's get rid of that, jump in the cab. So you can see, slightly a bit different to your traditional locomotives in the sense, looks like you've got a big steering wheel in front of us. It's what they call a tap changer. I'm not going to confess to know the detail, but it's more of a controlled... it gives you more ability to control the application of the throttle. We are in a 50 miles an hour, so as you can see, the wheel goes round as we increase, and you'll see the kilonewtons gradually go up as you apply more to the tap. And if you exceed 65 newtons, it will cut the power, and you just need to bring the tap changer all the way to 0 and close that main circuit breaker, which is just here. So we will do that at some point just to show you what happens, and so if you get a bit of a if you do get a cutout, you know what to do to get it back going. As you can tell, I've watched the preview, so it's nice looking scenery actually all around as we go over the bridge as we depart out of Bremen. Got some really quite nice scenery. We can start applying some more power, and there you go, we've got a barge going underneath. It's quite neat. Let's get back in the cab a second. Let's see if we can get you a better view as we go across the bridge. Very nice. We'll keep applying the power. Keep going that power. We need to get up to 60 kilometers an hour. We'll jump back in the cab. So we're going through our first station. There's the horn, so it's a very cool sounding horn. As you can tell, this is quite a classic locomotive. Not sure if they are particularly found now across Germany. Some, if you know, let me know in the comments down below. We are up to 120, so let's keep applying the power gradually to get us up to that mark. See, we're up to 43. Yeah, it goes all the way up to 28. Interesting. You can tell we're really starting to accelerate now. And we've got a BR110 coming in the opposite direction. Very nice. Let's just bring the power back down. We are slightly speeding. Let's give you a bit more of the outside view. It's very nice. I'm enjoying this route so far. There's a lot of really sort of nice scenery to look at. It looks like we have moved out of Bremen and now into what appears to be more of the countryside. We can go up to 140, so let's get applying that power. Let's go full 28 and hope we don't trip the circuit breaker. I do have the FPS counter on the side there, so you can get a feel for what this, for kind of the frames to expect. I am playing in 1440p at Ultra. It's not doing too badly actually. While I am playing in 1440p, it will be downscaled to 1080p, so just to be aware. I still feel there's probably quite a lot of micro stuttering, as we have come to know and hate with Train Sim World, unfortunately. Hopefully one day they can get on top of that and optimise that a little bit more. So we've got 7 kilometres to our first stop, which is Delmenhorst. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. At that point we will jump out and have a look around these let's get to the right view. These N-Wagen coaches. Let's go to the other side actually. And you can get a feel for what they're like inside. And of course we'll go down to the cab car, which you can operate if you are coming in the opposite direction. So from Oldenburg to Bremen, you'll be able to operate the cab car, which I think we will do another video on at some point. So we'll jump back in to the cab so we can actually hear ourselves think. So still rolling at 140. I think that is probably, looking at the that's the top speed for this BR110. So yeah, I also believe there's some quite interesting traction motor sounds as we depart from the station. So we will get an outside listen as we depart. We have got 120 coming up in a short while, but we are only 3 kilometres now outside of our stop. We'll get to see how good these brakes are on this BR110. Not seeing too much traffic coming in the opposite direction yet. But there is some very nice scenery, I must admit, as we head towards Delmenhorst. I think we will do is take the power off. I think we will start to just slow down. We are somewhat late. We are already a minute late. So we'll release the brakes. as much as we can. We want to see how aggressive we can be, and obviously not overshoot, but we will see. As you can tell, there is still quite a lot of micro stutter in it. Okay, we now need to be applying those brakes quite heavily. We're hundreds of meters out, but we are scrubbing the speed off quite quickly. We'll go down to minimum in just a second. So we are at 50 kilometers an hour, which is just fine. Let's get a bit of an outside view. We're down to 36, so yeah, we'll be able to just cruise this in now. Those brakes are phenomenal, I must say. They really do slow that down. So I think for the next stop we can be a little bit more aggressive on the brakes, a little bit closer. So as we roll into the station, not too worried about timings for now. Start to just gradually apply. Full service. I want to go to, there we go. So let's unlock the doors. We'll jump back in the cab. I want to get out because, as I say, we'll take you for, let me climb down. Thank you very much. We're going to go for a little wander. I know we, this is the beautiful Enwagen cars, or wagons, should I say, coaches. It's very, yeah, they're very nice, I must say, well modelled. Do they, let me know if you think they, there's a horrible sound. Can you pick that up? I'm not sure what that is. That doesn't seem legit. Well, that's a very cool door closing, must be it. Right, let's jump back in. We need to be on our way. Hurry back down. We'll climb back up. Shut the door. And we'll get back in. So, let's lock those doors. Start to release the brakes. And we've got Hood next. Hood. Let's start to... Come on. How aggressive can we be? I think we can be a lot more aggressive with our pulling away, as we see. Really does jump up. There we go, up to 50. And see, we can keep gradually applying the power. We are in 120 zone, or we'll be coming up to it, so we can be quite aggressive in the acceleration. There we go. We're okay. We're building that speed quite nicely. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't show you those sounds. We'll do it at Hugh. We'll get an outside view as we pull away, so you can hear those traction motors. We will be going into 160 miles, well, 60 miles an hour. God, what am I saying? Kilometers an hour. So we will be able to get back up to our top speed of 140. Which will be there in just a second. There we go. Let's apply full power to get up to that 140. See if we can make back any of our 2 minutes that we are late. We've got 4 minutes to do 11 kilometres. Do we think that's possible? I'm not sure. There we go. There's another outside view of this. I'm really quite a fan of this locomotive, even though it's a slightly older one. I'm usually more partial to modern locomotives, but this is. I think the novelty of this is the tap changer. It's quite unique. You don't generally see that, or I've never really experienced it before. Generally, you've just got the kind of multi-handle that does the throttle and also braking as well. That's not legit. Having some clipping through the tracks like that, we are somewhat speeding. So let's slight bit of braking. We are going downhill. There we go. Release those brakes. We definitely haven't seen much traffic in the opposite direction. It's a shame. I would have liked to see a little bit more busy. I'm not too sure if this route is quite a busy route. Again, I have to apologise. Not being from Germany, I'm not overly familiar. But it certainly does feel, certainly outside of Bremen and hopefully Oldenburg, I hope those stations are at least busy, quite busy. Certainly, we need to speed up a touch here. Would be a massive improvement over what we saw with Birmingham Cross City. That was somewhat of a little bit of a disappointment to have Birmingham New Street so quiet. So hopefully they've learnt their lesson with that one. Obviously, German locomotives and rolling stock tends to lend itself a little bit more easily to it. So it's good to see it's been modelled. I am a big fan of the tap changer, I have to say. Something unique about it. It's very nice. So making good progress. Whereabouts are we? We are, I'd say we're probably just about halfway at the moment on the route. We've got 6 kilometres to go to Hude. We will be doing videos for the other 2 locomotives that come with this add-on, which was the BR155 in the pressed blue livery, which I think that livery looks absolutely beautiful. So I'm really intrigued to see how that sort of certainly drives. And then also the BR425, which is that more modern locomotive you saw as we were just departing Bremen. So excited to give those both a go and see what they are like to drive. But I'm thoroughly enjoying driving this BR110. What would I say is an improvement? Stuttering. Stuttering is, again, not great. Yeah, it's a shame. Hopefully they can get on top of this stuttering. It's really sort of does detract from the immersion. But we are in beautiful Germany in the countryside, as you can see. We are just 3.5 kilometres now from Hude, however you say it. I do apologise for my pronunciation. I'm doing my best. So we're going to be a little bit more aggressive on the brakes this time, as I think they were really quite strong actually as we came into the previous station. So I think we'll start braking around probably the kilometre mark, I'd say. Hopefully that's that will be sufficient sort of length to slow this down and stop in time. Okay, so almost, I think what we'll do is we'll come off the power in preparation to slow down. So we'll now start to apply minimum. We'll go to 60% to scrub. Try and scrub a lot of the speed. Go back down to minimum. We've still got 500 meters. Just release the brakes. We're at 60. So yeah, again those brakes are just phenomenal. So we have made a slight bit of time up, I think, but not a huge amount. There we go. We're slightly short of the mark, but what a lovely little, I guess this is a town. You can see the PIS there. Good. I'm probably saying this horribly. And yes, we are 2 minutes late. I'm very sorry. We will try and get back on time. But as I say, we'll show you shutting these doors. Again, lovely. And what we will do is we will park ourselves just here, and so you can get a listen for the traction motors. So I'll stay quiet just a second as the brakes release. And I have just managed to trip the circuit breaker. So, that wasn't by design. So, as you can see, we've put the tap changer all the way back to 0. We'll go into neutral. You hear the big clunk. Go back into forward. And we should see, you can see the power starting to come back up and be applied. And we can start putting away again. So there you go. If you ever do trip it, you now know how to get yourself going again. Right, we need to get going. We've got Oldenburg next, just 16 kilometres. It's very got to be. Suddenly, you just do 1 or 2 notches over, and the power just absolutely spikes. I think if you drive this more, you'd probably get a lot more used to it. But yeah, something different. I like it. See, we're starting now to, let's go. Let's use the full power of this BR110. There we go. We're off the way we go. Coming up to 120, so just come off the power slightly. You can still see there's a little bit of micro stuttering. We're pretty much locked at 60 FPS. So, can we make it on time? I doubt it, but it's been enjoyable. I thoroughly enjoyed driving this, actually. Some nice countryside to go through, some nice villages and towns. Overall, I'll reserve giving it sort of a out of a 10 until we've got to Oldenburg to get a feel for what that's like. But I don't know, the micro starting does let it down. I've not seen much traffic on this section. Obviously it was quite heavily, there was quite a lot of traffic in Bremen and in the station, which made it feel good immersion. On this part, I don't know, there's not much traffic. I don't know if that's true to life. I love the BR110. It would be good to also drive the other two before I make a decision, but it's got to be a good, I think 7 or 8 so far. I think also having the other layers would give it probably a lot more, but unfortunately I don't have those. Here we actually have another loco coming. What is it? What are we going to be passing? It's going to be another BR110 with the end bargains. There we go. Well, at least we saw another train. That's always a start. We're holding 140 quite nicely. I'll be honest, it's not a huge amount to look at in this section, but we've got Seafra over there. We've got emergency brake valve. These gauges up here. Brake pressures, I guess. Yep. go. We'll give you a bit of a beautiful outside view. I'll tell you what, it's thumbnail time, I think. We'll see if we can get a beautiful thumbnail. Can we get one without clipping? I think I've got one now. Beautiful. Let's bring the HUD back up, make sure we're not speeding. There we go. You know, if you're watching this, you know where the thumbnails come from. Could be that I get it on the bridge, actually. That could be a better thumbnail. You never know. Would be good if to get it on the bridge. We'll see if we can do it. We'll see if we can do it. So 8 kilometres to go now. So we're making some good progress. We've got 4 minutes to be there. I don't think we're going to do 7 kilometres in 4 minutes, or 3 minutes now. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be possible. But I think we might be a couple of minutes late, but we got there. Watch as the train goes by. There you go. Jump back in here. So 6 kilometres. I do hope we start to... Oh, there's some animals there. There you go. Oh, you can see I'm distracted. Just notch it up slightly. Hopefully, as we start to come into Oldenburg, we start to see the, I guess, it build up a little bit more in terms of coming into a town or city. I don't know whether it's a town or city. If someone knows, let me know. I should probably do some research. So we've got a 60 kilometres an hour coming up in just 3.7, so we just keep an eye on that so we know when to start slowing down. I guess that's just as we come into Oldenburg. Four kilometres. I was going to say it's very much countryside at the moment. We're sort of speeding through. We'll give you a bit more of your horn action. It's a very nice sounding horn actually, as we go over a river. So we've got 1.6 to go, so I think a kilometre out we'll start slowing. So I think what we will do is probably come off the power. Little branch going off to the left there, interesting. What about that goes to? Start to just apply the brakes. Probably need to go a little bit harder. Come back off. Yeah, we'll easily make it down to 60. So I think this is before we go. Let's come off. Oh no. Come on, let's get back up. Yep, we can see the bridge just ahead. So, this is the Oldenburg Bridge, which is absolutely... It does actually work in the game. So let's just get rid of this, and let's see if we can get a nice shot for us of this Oldenburg Bridge. There we go. And we cut... Oh, didn't want to do that. We come into Oldenburg and we need to be braking. Let's jump. Yeah, we're fine. Come off a second. See, trying to get a picture. Now this looks quite cool with a bit of freight. The BR363, I want to say this one is. The little blue BR363. It's very cool. Some freight, some cars. It's attached to something. It's moving. Now we've got the BR155 and the 185. That's very... Oh, don't want to press that. You see, I'm getting distracted. There's so much to look at here. Bit more power. We're only a couple of minutes late. It's fine. Got some wagons over there. Another BR363. This is very cool. It's obviously something going off in the distance there that we can't quite see. Come off. Yeah, you can see that. This is very cool. I do like Oldenburg actually. Bit of braking. There we go. Full service. And this is Oldenburg, and we... Oh, this could be a beautiful picture actually, potentially. No, yes. I can't decide what the thumbnail will be. And there we go. Well guys, I hope you've liked my first look at Bahnstrecke Bremen to Oldenburg. Unfortunately, I've got a silver medal, which is not what we wanted, but I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.